The Rose Raid, it's doing well, especially since we have a Crawdont on the other side that will not enjoy it at all. Okay, so U-turn, popping out the balloon. Okay, so Unknown has a pretty nice bulky offensive team. Sempt3x has a kind of like balance. It's almost stall. It's like, it's kind of weird because basically it's like you could consider the E trend to be like a stall breaker, and things like Roserade is more like a bulky offensive kind of mon, because like it's bulky, has a lot of utility, but it's not like like, you know, full-fledged wall in a way. Like it can do a pretty good amount of damage. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I guess it almost goes towards stall for Sempt3x. It's like, I guess semi stall would be a good way to call it. But so it's gonna be a bit of a like slow paced game-ish. But I think that Unknown has like good tools to break through it. Keldeo hits very hard. Crawdont hits like a monster truck, and we have Pelipper to kind of, you know, help out, smoothing things up. You'll need to keep the Pelipper alive though to do so. Also, I don't know if you guys know, but Roserade also has access to Technician, same ability as Scizor, and it has a lot of special attacks, so it means that you can use Technician with HP Fire, and you get a base 90 move instead of 60. So even through rain, it's still going to do a bunch of damage to something like Ferrothorn. GG easy. Yeah, guys, like it's almost stall. It's like a niche. It's like a niche, weird, like semi-stall, I'd say. People in chat. Yeah, I know people don't like stall a lot. Honestly, Rose Raid is getting crazy mileage right now. I mean, the thing with Rose Raid is that it has been a really good niche pick since like lunch, but people don't use it very often. But honestly, it's something that can be really effective, especially if you put EVs both in SPDEF and defense. Like you could even just put some in defense, and you would use it still to like check Keldeo, because like the SPDEF is really high. And you have stuff like Toxic Spikes, and access to Technician, which means that you can force out stuff like Ferrothorn, outside of rain, that is, at least. But yeah, for now, it's kind of rough, because like you get spikes, 3 layers on both sides, rocks only on one. What would be nice is if Unknown would be able to get himself like a you know, some spikes. So like what it would do is that everything would take massive amount of damage, but the game would be extremely quick as well. Each wave coming out, it's fair. The burn is insane. And if Zapdos is faster, he could potentially just roost. Okay, Stealth Truck is out, which is perfect as it is. True, because the Landorus is a Rocky Helmet, so like even if it's burn, like it's still gonna be useful in some ways. It would be nice to see a Toxic coming out here, but I guess he doesn't have it. Mola is out. Dude, that'd be rough for like Pelipper to come in. That'd be like one of the okay, so if Pelipper has Roost, he can probably go to Pelipper, Roost, and still like tank the Scald and possible like knockoff. Here's gonna be rough. Okay, Wish coming out. Tornado's not doing. I don't think gonna do that much to Mola, but he can start like knocking off some things. Okay, Taunt's coming out. That's pretty cool. Like, honestly, Tornadoes, we don't see it that often as a taunt user. Like a lot of people kind of like to use superpower, but you know, taunt is extremely effective. It becomes less of a like bulky pivot, more of a wall breaker, but quite efficient for sure. Eatron coming out, taking the spikes and the rocks. It's pretty crazy. Like honestly, right now, the game's not gonna last for a decade with those kind of hazards on the field. It's crazy. Like I like honestly, I rarely see spikes like with 3 layers and rocks on both sides of the field. Like so when you play stall, you really want to control hazards. You want to put hazards, you know, you want to keep them on the other side of the field, like, you know, throw some toxic, like really win with residual damage. But it feels like Sempt3x cannot keep, you know, he cannot keep his hazards without letting Unknown put his own. So what happens now is that he's got a trap. And it's extremely rough to, you know, keep that defensive build going with all of those hazards. So Lando's down. It's not too worrisome, because from here, when Unknown will start, you know, bringing his hard hitters, everything's gonna start to fall, truly. Chronon is... I don't think Chronon was a play, because especially if he's bended, he kind of wants to bring Pelipper first, and then start just hitting stuff. Because like if Sempt3x went for something like Poliwrath, the Aquajet would have done nothing. I mean, on the other end, I guess like Eatron was dying on the next switch, so it's not that big of a deal. But he could have used it as a sack later. All right, Poliwrath coming in. Like honestly, if Poliwrath start using Circle Throw, it's not going to be very enjoyable because Unknown has no ghost types. So we won't be able to oh boy, yeah, that's gonna be rough. So okay, so having no ghost type, it means that Circle Throw will force everyone out all the time. And the next time that Pelipper comes in, it's not gonna be able to put Rain again, simply because it's gonna die from rocks. Like the thing is, if Ferrothorn doesn't have Power Whip and it only has like Knockoff and Gyro Ball, Poliwrath right now is going to be extremely annoying. Okay, so Seed coming out, which is honestly really good, is gonna mitigate a little bit the damage from the hazards. You might have to switch it out, which could be troublesome. I think the lead sheet was a solid play. Because now Poliwrath is starting to be low, he may need to heal himself. He's going to be forced to switch out because of the potential Hurricane. I mean, Hurricane should always come out regardless because its rain is going to be 100% accuracy. But the thing is that Poliwrath coming in those hazards next time will have trouble doing his job as much as he did right now. But yeah, honestly, the Circle Throw did a lot of work and I think I'm not quite sure. I think Furthorn may die next time it comes in, because like it's gonna take about 31.5% of damage. A true looper. I mean, the thing is that Unknown can, you know, let like, I mean, Hurricane's always the play, I guess. Taunt's pretty cool as well. And yeah, that's gonna be actually pretty savage, because now that he can just like Hurricane and Taunt stuff and Rain, there's nothing that really wants to switch in, unless like it's a Spidef like Calm Clef. But even then, like it's unlikely. Oh boy, okay, that is rough. It's really rough. We're just gonna see Sempt3x slowly, you know, crumbling down. It's unfortunate that Pelipper is not gonna be able to set Rain again. So Tornadoes might have to rely on hitting Hurricane, which is dramatic. But okay, so Clef goes for Protect for a little bit of recovery, which is fair. It's just fair. Honestly, turn 28, the stall's almost over. Taunt coming out. Moonblast was the play, obviously. So now that the special attack dropped, he might as well just like, yeah, U-turn. He can't really bring back Pelipper. Pelipper at this point is just a sack, but I guess he doesn't know. Okay, so guys, always keep in mind, if you want to bring a Weather Setter, if there is Hazards that kills it, you're not setting Weather at all. So it's a mistake on Unknown's part, but I guess he will learn from it, and we'll see Chronoc coming in, which is Fane. I mean, I guess maybe he just wanted to use it as a sack in itself. Crabhammer coming out, claiming. The Crabhammer is so insane. It is ridiculous. Alright, so I know... Oh no! No! Okay, so we're gonna see Rest coming out, Sleep Talk, and potentially Scholar Circle Throw. What do you mean, what use Protect? Protect was to... Okay, so the reason Clefable clicked Protect earlier, yeah. So the first time he used Protect was good because it was like some recovery to grab. But when Crabhammer came out, he should have protected, just to be sure that, you know, because like Crabhammer was killing, but if he protected, he could have gone then into Poliwrath, because it's a banded. Oh god. Yeah. Okay, so I think it would have been a win if he protected the Crabhammer, went into Poliwrath on the second Crabhammer. It's hard to tell, man, because like Poliwrath would be able to tank Keldeo. Because like if Torn hits, oh wow, because like Torn will need to hit something. Roserade, if Roserade has the HP fire, yeah, okay, this is dead. Like it comes down to Torn hitting. Actually, nah, Chronoc will kill with Aqua Jet easily. Yeah, Cherry, it's gonna be done soon, but yeah, it's kind of weird. Like it almost feels as if he's giving Roserade ways to. Oh, it's to kind of switch his playstyle, go for something a bit more offensive, and he would have like perfectly counterpicked it. But right now it's gonna be a bit rough, because it kind of depends on like the Keldeo and Garchomp set. But Excadrill, not gonna do that much, is it? if it's Swords Dance, maybe not, but like I don't think it is. I'm pretty sure it's Scarfed. We have D-Knight, who's like a very good like offense countermeasure and a good counter to Keldeo, which won't come handy that much this match. But yeah, Keldeo, Garchomp probably gonna be like the main ways to kind of go through this match. Sempt3x, we know the team, we know the drill. He just needs to put the rocks and the spikes, and it's gonna be a wrap, especially with Poliwrath just phasing people. Yo, Yat, I feel you. I think that the worst that I've spent on Mons for like reroll and stuff like that, it's like 2 Alolan Mons. It was Alolan Ninetales and Alolan Marowak, and I spent on both, and like cash and our like reroll tokens, like the equivalent of like over 7 millions each. It was painful to say the least. That being said, Zapdos coming in on each run. Not sure what he's gonna go for. Ooh, something that could be cool to see is a pressure sub Zapdos, but I say cool. It's gonna be cool for the first rounds, but once he's just gonna like PP stall his opponent, and we'll be stuck in the battle for like 300 rounds, it might not be as cool. Sempt3x wall again, yeah.
Please guys, be fair to everyone who is playing here. He's in front of many people. He's nervous probably, and everyone can choose his own style.
I mean, beyond that, like honestly, the fact that Sempt3x is bringing some like spicy stuff, we don't see Poliwrath that often, Rosary neither. Like at the end of the day, stall is fine as long as you because like we saw it last game, like the stall didn't really hold on together, because Unknown brought like some pretty powerful wall breakers. So at the end of the day, it's like stall is not the problem. You're the problem if you don't like stall in a way, because it means that your team building is not quite on point, and you need to modify your team to adapt to it a bit more. Starmie would crush this team. You are actually right, man. Starmie would annihilate this team. Stall just boring. Yeah, it's true that in like a context of a stream, stall can be boring. I mean, it kind of depends. Like, let's say it's 2 players that are not very experienced, going like stall versus stall. It's gonna be painful. But like 2 players that are pretty good, if it's like a stall against something a little bit more offensive, and we see some like breaking action, it's actually super good, because it really shows like newer players how to kind of deal with a stall as a whole, stall for smart players. But yeah, it's like honestly, it's nice to see some stall matches in tournaments, just because like when they lose, it shows people like what kind of plays you need to do to win against it. Also, P Blood, you're half right. So stall, like the thing with stall is that it's extremely good on the ladder, especially in P1, simply because like regardless of your rating, you're gonna fight everyone, and so it's just more reliable. Because at the end of the day, Pokemon's a numbers game, and it's gonna be more reliable to kind of just like play stall, get easy wins against people that don't build to beat stall. and then have like a decent matchup against like better players. Hey, Jerry. We'll see. I mean, Garchomp being able to like toxic everything is going to help a lot. You'll need some hazards out as well. Thing is that Unknown doesn't have like the spikes this time, so he won't be able to kind of like benefit out of it as much. But yeah, and the thing is that his own L kind of hinders the Garchomp, which is unfortunate. Poliwrath coming out, EQ as well. Not doing too much. Thing is, Poliwrath is going to be able to rest on the poison, so Chump will just get worn out over time. Like at this point, I think that Unknown will not be taking this match simply because Sempt3x has like really good answers to Skeldeo, and the rest is not really good for wall breaking, sadly. I mean, Sunborg, if you think you can do better, get to the tournament next time. It's as money. But yeah, now we will. Yeah, okay. So Keldeo finally coming out. The thing is that Poliwrath can simply, yeah, circle throw. I mean, the rocks will help. Yeah, they will be 1-1. Damn, don't they bring the facts
Or the hate.
as well? It's But yeah, so far it looks like Sempt3x just gonna take the win on this one pretty easily, because Keldeo cannot just like run through the whole team, and at some point he's gonna lack like pivots. Yeah, Dante, like there's no way Excadrill is gonna do anything there. And the thing is that I'm pretty sure Excadrill's not. I'm pretty sure it's scarfed in this team, so it's just not. Like even if it dodges like all the possible like skull burn, like it's still gonna go out. Also, we've seen a hidden power. Probably expecting something else, but Roserade's always the switch for Keldeo, especially when it's LT like that. Keldeo's not going to be able to damage it that hard. Yeah, Looper, like... Okay, Looper, if you look at the team, you have like your Ninetales, Zapdos, Excadrill. It's like the... Okay, so the Garchomp was a bit more supportive, and the only Scarfer you'll see in there was like potentially Excadrill. Like I'm highly confident that Excadrill's a Scarf. Alright, Blizzard doing some damage. Where's Kra? Yes, Krumpa, like honestly, at this point, Crawdon would have been a really solid pick. Blizzard coming out, doing a lot of damage. I mean, we'll definitely see like a protect here. Okay, switching to Excadrill. Thing is, you'll need to predict. Like he's really forced into EQ here, but yeah, Zapdos coming out. Rapid spin. Okay, Rocky Helmet coming out. Dude, the thing is that with Rapid Spin, at this point, I think if I was Zapdos, I would just like with Zapdos, you can just discharge because the Rapid Spin's not gonna do anything, and it's just gonna take chip from Rocky Helmet. So like you could either just roost or discharge. Be protect what? Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, discharge would have been much more simple. Dante. Oh. Mm. You know, Mola's getting chipped a lot, actually. Ooh, so he does have the freeze dry. God damn. Are we gonna see freaking Unknown coming back with the Nighttail? Oh. Winnable Pog, it is! Is this the comeback? Yo! Because freeze dry is super effective on 3 mons, and it's always possible to kind of like get a freeze on Clefable, you know? Like there's literally a 10% chance Clefable. Ooh, the Protect. The big Protect. It's oh my god, dude. If Unknown manages to win this one, I'll be surprised. Ooh, okay, okay, getting spicy. Um, the problem now is that it's possible that he goes for Polyrath, so you kind of need to predict that as well. Also, Sick Move would like to share with everyone that he's buying a Jolly Rachi.
Oh, not longer. This is not a trade chat.
All right, so he did stay in. Roost coming out. Yeah, that was fine. The thing is, now there's no what, and he stayed in. Got crit, dude. You had a whole party wrath in the back ready to take the scald. A whole Poliwrath. I mean, it's not over yet, but it's not going well. I mean, like at this point, you could just like go to D Knight and do things like EQ, I guess. Yeah, because like D Knight is expendable. Sleep Talk coming, yeah, okay. And the thing is that now, stuff like Excadrill can spam EQ because Zapdos is gone too. Legend Wind Drain. Alright guys, be respectful. Rest coming out. The thing is that Poliwrath doesn't have Scald, it has Waterfall. So it's not gonna be able to burn the D-Knight neither. Excadrill coming out, it's a little scary. But he can just go back to D-Knight and do the process again. Yeah, yeah. Alright, Sleep Talk coming out. Alright, so for anyone watching, when you sleep yourself using rest, it's always 2 turns, so never Sleep Talk more than 2 times. These are some board, that's not nice. I mean, it's definitely a troll, but on the other end, like Sempt3x is still a newish player. Like he's still learning. So, you know, you live, you learn, and the next times you'll be able to, avoid some mistakes you did. But at the end of the day, it's like if you guys think you can do better, you get up in the tournament next time. All right, Fire Punch coming out. I'm wondering if D-Knight is actually banded. I'm surprised that he stayed with the Rose Raid because now he's gonna lose to Excadrill. Like that is game. That is. Um. Yeah, you guys can't share links, by the way.